What about foreign direct investment then within the pharma space? It's something that the government is sort of very wary about, especially given what it might do to drug pricing. So as a manufacturer, how much of an impact do you think FDI, more FDI and easier FDI within pharma, how much can that impact drug prices? Can it push up prices to where it may not be affordable for the common man?
Foreign direct, that's a debatable issue, but there are companies which have foreign direct investments in them and have been able to control the prices as far as the medicines are concerned. But we believe that if there is a possibility of foreign direct investments, then the capital investment which is required for pharmaceutical companies in terms of stricter compliances due to regulatory and environment issues are concerned, this can be addressed and taken care of, and prices can still be maintained.
So how much room then do you think you might have for something like a public-private partnership initiative that you've already seen in segments where it might require a lot of investment? Again, in pharma, you need all this investment in R&D, which may not be readily available. Also because the government is worried about the price level at which pharmaceuticals are available, medicines are available to the common market. Is there scope for something like a public-private partnership?
There is a scope as far as private partner, but we still look forward for the government to give us better initiatives as far as R&D is concerned. The first steps have been taken. There has been a 150% tax reduction, income tax reduction as far as R&D is concerned. But government can do something more in giving us more liquidity as far as mid-sized pharmaceutical companies are concerned, so that they have better access to funds. And this can definitely bring the pricing of the medicines down.
So is funding a big problem for you right now? Are bankers willing to lend to pharma, or is it because the larger pharma company finds it easier to find money, whereas the mid-segment one does not?
As far as mid-segment pharmaceutical companies were there about a couple of years back, it was very tough as far as funding was concerned. But now pharma is among the more organized and the lucrative sectors, and it is considered as one of the most performing sectors as far as India is concerned. So funding is available as far as pharma is there. But if your size is not there, if you're a very small company, when you're a micro or a medium company, it becomes very tough for you to get funding.
Okay.
You need to have some size to have and recognition to get funding from banks.
Which is how it is with perhaps every sector.
True.
Okay, now the last few years within the Indian pharmaceutical space have been all about mergers and acquisitions. So, that is what the common man would associate a medicine company with right now. What is it that makes Indian companies so attractive as targets for foreign players? And does that actually threaten you as an Indian player, or does it excite you with the opportunities available?
Indians are known for low-cost manufacturing, having a very good quality setup, as well as a good demand in the domestic market. So the Indian pharma companies are targets as far as foreign companies are concerned, because Indian domestic market is one of the fastest growing segments in the world as far as pharma consumption is there. So more and more foreign companies would directly like to come into India and have an Indian partner, or have an Indian low-cost manufacturing facility, so they get access to this growing industry. So we believe there's a lot of opportunity. It's good for a mid-sized companies like us that foreign companies come into and we could have a partnership with them. We don't need to have a direct takeover, but there could be some kind of a partnership with MNCs, wherein better products could be introduced within the country at low-cost pricing.
Okay. You're coming up with an IPO. I want to talk about that in a bit more depth when we come back. But for now, a quick break. When we come back, we're talking to Aanjaneya Lifecare. We'll talk about what their plans after their IPO might be. Stay tuned.